Thank you for everyone's patience. We've had some technical issues. Good evening. I'm Councillor Shamila Sivaraja. I'm Crawley's Mayor and will be chairing the start of this meeting. I would like to welcome you to the annual meeting of the full council. There are no scheduled fire drills tonight, so in the event of the fire alarm sounding, please leave the building via the main spiral staircase and through the main reception doors. Once outside, please turn left and make your way to the fire assembly point located beyond the multi-storey car park on Exchange Road. If you are unable to use the stairs, please wait in the council chamber and you will be guided by a member of staff to the evacuation lift. This meeting is being live streamed via the council's YouTube channel. Please note that there is no comments function available as part of this webcast. The council is the data controller and will retain the data collected during this webcast. This will be done so in accordance with the council's published data retention policy. Any members of the public seated in the public gallery should be aware that by entering the chamber, they are consenting to their image being captured by the automated camera system. Recordings will be used for webcasting and/or training purposes. Cameras are currently set out to capture members in seated position, so please remain seated when speaking. Councillors have received an electronic copy of the relevant paperwork for this meeting. The public agenda for this meeting is available on Council's website. We will now start the agenda. Are there any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Councillor Yasmin Khan, Councillor Burke, and Mr. Russell Brown, the independent person. Thank you.
Thank you. Have any interest councillors wish to declare? No? Okay. I'm now going to say a few words about the mayoral year 2024-2025. Esteemed councillors, distinguished guests, serving as the Mayor of Crawley has been an honour and an unforgettable experience. This past year has been filled with milestones that celebrated our town's heritage, unity and progress. I had the privilege to attending the 80th anniversary of D-Day landings, where I witnessed the beacon lighting at Tilgate Park, a solemn yet inspiring tribute to the courage and sacrifices that shaped history. On Armed Forces Day, I had the honour of laying a wreath on behalf of Crawley Council and its citizens. For the first time, a wreath was placed as part of the Train to Paddington tribute. This was a powerful gesture of remembrance and respect to members of our armed forces. I commemorated the 80th anniversary of VE Day, marking a pivotal moment in history. I proudly attended the celebration of St. George's Day, honouring tradition and national heritage. I had the privilege of raising the flag for Commonwealth Day, celebrating our shared values and unity with nations across the world. I also joined the community in the commemoration of Holocaust Memorial Day. I was honoured to present awards to the Sea Cadets, Scouts, and Air Cadets, recognising the dedication and achievements of young people who contributed so much to our community. Throughout the year, I attended many incredible events. Crawley shone bright with a light event parade, where I witnessed our town transforms into a spectacular display of joy and unity. I enjoyed the grand opening of the Mela, the launch of the free shop in Bewbush, and the first ever Tamil Heritage and Pongal Festival. A particularly proud moment was celebrating Pongal at number 10 Downing Street alongside Prime Minister Keir Starmer. This was an unforgettable recognition of our tradition at the national level. I was present at Crawley's first Unity event, a truly significant occasion that brought people together in the spirit of diversity and inclusion. It was a privilege to attend Black History Month celebration, standing alongside Crawley's diverse community members as we honoured the contributions and achievements that shape our society. I also had the joy of celebrating numerous 100th birthday milestones with residents in care home, cherished moments that reflect the warmth and unity of our town. I joined the celebration for the 50th anniversary of the Leisure Centre, recognizing decades of health, wellness, and community engagement. I was also part of the 50th celebration of Crawley's town twinning, reaffirming our town's connection beyond borders. I had the pleasure of attending the official launch of the Innovation Centre, a space designed to foster entrepreneurship and creativity. Most notably, this year was truly special as I held my first ever mayoral reception as part of the Community Awards. Bringing these two events together on the same night worked well. Being able to show our appreciation for the dedication and hard work of volunteers and community leaders in the town has been one of the greatest honors of my tenure. I would like to thank those who worked so hard for my chosen charity, the Russell Martin Foundation. During the year, we raised $666 for the charity. At the mayor's reception on Tuesday night, the charity raised around £600. I will be topping that up with around £1,300 to bring the annual total raised for the charity to £2,600. A special and heartfelt thank you goes to my husband, Jay, for his unwavering support. His encouragement, along with the love and support of my family, has been invaluable in this journey. Most importantly, I want to say a huge thanks to my parents. Their continuing support, guidance, and encouragement has shaped who I am today. Their belief in me has been a constant source of strength, and I'm deeply grateful for everything they have done to help me succeed. Another heartfelt thank you goes to Hayley, who has been an exceptional PA throughout my mayoral term. I thank her for her dedication in managing my diary with precision, offering valuable guidance and ensuring everything ran smoothly. As I conclude my term, I'm deeply grateful for the friendship formed, the lesson learned, and the unwavering support of our town. Crawley thrives because of its people. I urge us all to continue fostering unity, embracing progress, and building on the legacy we've created together. Thank you for an extraordinary year. It has been my greatest honor to serve as your mayor. Thank you. As you will see from the supplementary agenda, I'm one of the nominations for the position of the mayor. I'm therefore unable to preside over the election in which I am to be involved. Therefore, I will be leaving the chair for the next agenda item, election of Mayor 2025-2026. I will now pass over to Councillor Hart as the Deputy Mayor to take the chair for the next item of the agenda. Councillor Hart, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Sivaraja. On to item 3, election of the Mayor of Crawley for 2025-2026. I call for nominations for the office of Mayor for the municipal year 2025-2026. Councillor Kiran Khan, I believe you are moving the nominee.
Yes, thank you everyone. It is both an honour and a joy to stand here before you tonight to propose Councillor Shamila Sharava for the Mayor of Crawley for her second term. Shamila has not only served our town with integrity and compassion over the past year, but has become a symbol of hope and unity. I know I speak on behalf of the Labour group when I say how proud we have been to have had Crawley's first Tamil mayor. I think it's important to recognise the plight of Tamils, many who have suffered generations of oppression, and I'm proud they are now an integral part of the fabric of our town. Shamila, you have helped shine a light on Tamil festivals, which brings vibrancy to our town, and Tamil community spirits, which bring joy and purpose to so many. It has been a personal highlight to see how proud the Tamil community have been of your achievements. And if there is one thing I can say about Shamila is she does know how to put on a good event. I remember when she first got elected to this council in 2022, she brought friends, family and colleagues together with a wonderful celebration. And I also remember saying that if you ever did become mayor, how are you going to top this celebration? And so I would like to claim that I predicted from the start and was never in doubt that Shamila would be a wonderful mayor for this town. Over her first term as mayor, Shamila has welcomed the delegation from Jordan to Crawley, hosted the first mayor's reception at Crawley Community Awards, marked VE Day by lighting the beacon at Tilgate Park, opened the Innovation Centre, laid the wreath on behalf of Crawley on Remembrance Sunday, attended the Portuguese Community's Fado, attended an iftar at Langley Green Mosque, marked National COVID Day of Reflection and Holocaust Memorial Day, and represented the town at number 10 Downing Street, celebrating Thai Pongal. My personal highlight was Shamila's event celebrating Thai Pongal in these council chambers earlier this year. It was an honour to dress in traditional clothing and to celebrate with wonderful readings, music and dancing. And if you think that's a lot, I have no doubt that Shamila is only just getting started. And it is not to say that her term as mayor has come without challenge. The riots we saw last year across our country, led by the far right, was very difficult and very hard to see, and a difficult time in our history. And Shamila stepped up and hosted a unity event here in Town Hall, showing that hatred, bigotry, racism and far-right settlement will not be welcome in Crawley. Not then, not now, and not ever. Shamila's story and journey is one that does this town proud. She came to this country, worked hard, raised her family here, and is now serving our town for the good of others. Thank you, Shamila, and for your dedication to our town and your support, both as a colleague and as a friend. And I could not be prouder to stand here tonight to propose my friend Shamila as Mayor of Crawley. Thank you.
Councillor Jones, I believe you are the seconder.
I am indeed, Madam Deputy Mayor. Thank you. I have great pleasure following Councillor Kieran Khan in seconding the nomination for Councillor Sivaraja for a further year of office as our Mayor of the Borough. As my fellow ward councillor for Bewbush and Broadfield North, I have been delighted to see her recognition and the significant milestones that she has seen as Mayor for this year. And I wish to pay tribute to the way that Shamila has presided over meetings of full council over the past year. Throughout, Shamila has been a paragon of dignified calm, much needed in the recent times where many pressures have faced the council. But there have been many high points as well, and we must not forget them. It's been an enormous pleasure to see Shamila at many events, both at the council and out there in our strong and thriving communities. I may repeat some of those that have been mentioned already, but for me, some of the high points that deserve particular mention in my view are the first annual Unity event, which I think will be fondly remembered for many years to come. Her Pongal celebration, both here in the Town Hall and at 10 Downing Street with the Prime Minister, the naming of the brand new Innovation Centre, the welcome she gave to the recent visit by Jordanian parliamentarians, overseeing the lighting of the beacon at Tilgate Park. I think it's important to say that. A young cadet actually helped the Mayor with the actual lighting, but to mark the 80th anniversary of VE Day, we had the 50 years of leisure provision with K2 and the anniversary of the opening of the original leisure centre in Three Bridges. And very importantly, our new alderwoman Freeman were appointed at a very special occasion indeed, which doesn't happen in this borough very often at all. Other memorable events, I hoisted the flag with the Mayor on Commonwealth flag on Commonwealth Day. The National Day of Reflection for COVID was also a very poignant but memorable day for us both. The very early start indeed, it's very early to lay the wreath for poppies for Paddington, because Gatwick Airport's the first stop on that train. And of course, as has been mentioned, the first ever mayoral function after the Crawley Community Awards to celebrate and thank our marvellous community groups and volunteers. This was a storming success, and one I know much appreciated by many, many people. 2 100th birthdays, all centenarians in the borough. The 50th anniversary of the town twinning was mentioned. Light Up Crawley, opening the first of the revived Mellow in the Memorial Gardens, and one that the council do hope to repeat again this year. Visits to the free shop and opening the Learning Lab at Bewbush. The Ifield Mayfair visits. The 500 cadets at St George's Day in Queen Square. And I'm also reliably informed invited to dance at the Midsummer's Day festival held at St Nicholas's Church, where I believe, I understand she showed her impressive skills to the world in dancing. It's truly been a memorable year for Shamila, and I know it's been a joy for the Tamil community here in Crawley and indeed further afield to see, particularly in the light of the Learning Centre's King's Award earlier this year. Which we were delighted to celebrate with them. And I also think it has been a joy for all of us here in Crawley as well. I also wish to say a thank you and give a mention to Shamila's husband, Jay, her consort this year, and also on many occasions her chauffeur. Jay, it's... if I look over the public gallery, it's usually the case you get time off for good behaviour, but in this case, it's likely to be the opposite. If Councillor Sivaraja is elected tonight, Madam Deputy Mayor, I wish them both a further year as happy and as memorable as the first. And while I have the opportunity, may I thank you too, Madam Deputy Mayor, for your exemplary service to this borough. And I will long remember the pitch at Three Bridges Football Club. Thank you.
Are there any further nominations? If not, then I will call for a vote. All those in favour? Anyone against? Any abstentions? Okay. It is agreed that Councillor Sivaraja be elected as Mayor of Crawley for the municipal year 2025-2026.
Mayor of Crawley Borough Council declare that I take that office upon myself, and I will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you. I now invite Councillor Abu Mossa, who, on behalf of the Labour Group, will tender her congratulations to the new Mayor upon her election.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's with great pride and sincere congratulation that I stand before you today to welcome back our Mayor, Sharmila Severaja, as she began in the second term leading our city, Crawley. Today marks it's not only beginning of a new chapter in our city, its journey, but also a moment of renewed hope, vision, and leadership. We are gathered here to celebrate not just a person, but a promise of what lies ahead under your guidance. Madam Mayor, your re-election, it's not just a victory, it's a strong affirmation of the trust, respect, and appreciation of the people of this community have for your leadership. Over the past term, you have guided our city through many events and challenges that your steady hand has made lasting impact. Personally, I will never forget your support and welcoming the Jordanian delegation who visited our council to learn from our experience. The Mayor of Crawley, Councillor Sharmila Servaja, was delighted to welcoming delegation of Jordan, Member of Parliament to Crawley. Your warm welcoming was one of the best in bold and in the front page on all over the national newspaper in Jordan the day after. I couldn't be more proud of that. You have helped alongside with our council leader, Councillor Jones, to put Crawley on the international map. I really appreciate that for you. Now, as we begin a new chapter, we do so with both gratitude for what it has been accomplished and for what lies ahead, your experience, your commitment to all the public service, and your deep understanding to our communities' need will continue to serve us as well. As a councillor and as a friend, we are looking forward to working alongside you once again, continuing progress we have made together, addressing new challenges with charity and compassion, and building our city and reflect the values, hopes everyone in our residents. Mayor Severaja, welcome back. We are proud to continue this journey with you and with high confidence as well that your second term will be impactful and perhaps even more inspiring than the first. Together, we are stronger to move forward. Thank you very much and welcome back, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Abu Musa, for this lovely speech. Thank you.
To the next one. I now invite Councillor Duncan Crowe to speak on behalf of the Conservative Group.
Good evening and congratulations, Madam Mayor. On behalf of the Conservative Group, I wish to wish you a very productive year ahead. You will have noticed that your nomination was not contested by the Conservative Group, and if we'd had a problem with you doing a second year as Mayor, we would have contested it. So I hope that in itself gives you an indication of the confidence that we have, that we think you are a very good and able and suitable Mayor for the town of Crawley. And I was thinking a bit earlier that it's not that often we have a Mayor that does 2 years, but of course the current or the outgoing Deputy Mayor, of course, did 2 years as Mayor. And I remember, of course, the late Councillor Sally Blake, who also did 2 years, consecutive years as Mayor. But apart from that, I cannot recall any others. So, but I was thinking, obviously, in the first year of Mayor, there's a lot that happens, and it's all new to a Mayor. It's like being a new councillor. But I think in your second year, having had a year's experience of doing the role, I think it will become a lot easier to you, and I think you're going to be able to enjoy it even more. And I hope you have a fantastic year as Mayor, and certainly members of the Conservative Group will look to attend events whenever possible. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Duncan-Cole. Right. Standing before you today as the Mayor of Crawley for a second term is an incredible honour. I'm truly grateful for the trust you have placed in me once again. Serving our community is a privilege, and knowing that my fellow councillors have given me their confidence for another year fills me with pride and determination. As I step into my second term, I do so with great enthusiasm and deep sense of responsibility. There's much to achieve. I'm eager to continue serving, listening, and working with all of you to make a meaningful impact. With that in mind, I'm delighted to announce that my mayoral charity for 2025-2026 will be Open House Crawley. This wonderful charity that has been a lifeline for our community for 30 years. Open 24/7, it provides shelter, support, and opportunities for those facing hardship. From housing and outreach to life skills programs, they empower people to rebuild their lives. Together, let's champion the charity's vital work and ensure that hope continues to thrive in Crawley. Thank you once again for this incredible honour. I look forward to the year ahead with gratitude and optimism. Finally, I can confirm that the concert for this municipal year will be my husband, Jay Mahadevan, and I now invite him to come up to the dais to receive the concert's chain. Jay, can I please invite you to the dais? Now I call for nomination for the office of Deputy Mayor or for the municipal year 2025-2026. Councillor Sue Mullins, I believe you are moving the first nomination.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and good evening, everyone. It's with absolute pleasure that I nominate Councillor Marion Ayling for the Deputy Mayor's position this year. Councillor Ayling has been on this council serving since 2008. That's 17 long years. That's a long life sentence to spend sitting in the chamber and debating and debating and debating. She's also served on numerous different committees, some of them quite challenging. For instance, OSC is not an easy committee to sit on and can be extremely challenging. And I know she has done her utmost best at every committee she's been on. One of the things I find about Marion is that she is a bit of a trailblazer, because as councillors, we tend to go around to people that we think would make great councillors, and we're always saying to them, come on, you could do this, you really could. And mostly people say to us, oh no, haven't got time. Oh no, I couldn't commit to that much time in my life. But it's a very true saying that ask a busy person to do something and they'll do it. Marion has proved that you can hold down a really challenging job, you can have a big family with lots of responsibilities, but you can still be a superb councillor. Now, Marion has been a great, committed community councillor. She is well known in her area in Bewbush, but she's not just well known in Bewbush, she's well known all over the town, because she's what Chris and I sometimes refer to as a councillor of the old school, a councillor who sees it as her job to turn up to whatever's going on in Crawley and be a part of it, to be an experience of what the residents of the town experience. And I know that wherever I go to something that's happening in the town, if Marion can possibly get there, she will be there. And whether she's just rushed out from work or she's taken time away from her family, she will be there. I think that Marion's great strength is her family. Marion is a real family person. She really cares about her family a great deal. I know we always say that, very glibly, people care about their families. But when you have a big family, when it's a really busy family, when there's a lot going on, when you've got grandchildren and everybody has problems and they always come to mum, don't they? That's how it works. We all know that. To still find the time to be able to say, OK, that's my life there, but for this couple of hours, I'm dedicating it to the people of Crawley. And I think that makes her a very special person. I know she's also very fortunate in having a husband, Greg, who I understand is a great cook. Now, there I'm very envious because I could do with a great cook sitting next to me. That would be quite helpful. So it's with real pleasure that I recommend and nominate Marion Ayling to be Deputy Mayor for this year to represent Crawley. I'm sure she'll have a great year and I look forward to seeing her really enjoying it, because I think when you've been a councillor for a long time, you deserve that recognition and that chance to show the people of Crawley what else you're made of. So thank you very much.
Councillor Rana, I believe you are the seconder.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes, I am. I'd just like to say a few words about Mariam. I believe Mariam, I have known her for more than 10 years, and she's a very honest person, a very down-to-earth person. And I never, ever have heard her say a single bad word about everyone. She will speak what is on her mind, and she will let you know straight away, but she will not speak badly behind your back. She's very committed to what she does, and she's very loyal to her obligations. Marion has represented the residents of Bewbush for more than 15 years, and she has never ever missed a single council meeting. Her sincerity and dedication towards her role as a councillor speaks volumes. Marion will make a wonderful deputy mayor, and once a mayor, she will exceed her expectations. I recommend her being a deputy mayor, and she will make a wonderful deputy mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a second nomination of Crawley's deputy mayor. Councillor Crowe, please move your nomination.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I am delighted to propose Councillor Maureen McGarley for Deputy Mayor of Crawley. Maureen has been councillor for Tilgate since 2019. That's nearly coming up to 6 years, because it was a by-election in October of that year. Although she has been elected 3 times since including her first election within this nearly 6-year period. But she has been a resident of this town, indeed Tilgate, for at least 20 years, and I have known Maureen since before she was a councillor. I have no doubt that Councillor McGarley would be a fantastic deputy mayor and would be very keen to support you, Madam Mayor, in your role. Although I mentioned that Councillor McGarley has been elected 3 times, this is actually the 4th time that I'm proposing her as deputy mayor, 4th successive year. And she keeps trying. So 3rd time wasn't lucky last year, and let's see what happens this time with it being 4th time. We heard earlier in the proposers and seconder for you, Madam Mayor, for your nomination about you being the first Tamil mayor of Crawley, and that is indeed a nice achievement. And of course, there are many different Asian communities within Crawley, and indeed we've had many different Asian deputy and mayors in this town. But what we haven't had, with Asia being one continent next to Europe, we've never had an African mayor or deputy mayor in Crawley. And not only that, we've never actually had a black mayor or deputy mayor in Crawley. So I think there is still one more first that we would like to do in this town. Whether it's this year or next year or our final year as Crawley Borough Council, I really hope that we can do that, because I do know that Councillor McGarley would be a fantastic representative of this town and a deputy mayor. So I hope the Labour group, in proposing Councillor McGarley, this is nothing in any way detracting from Councillor Ayling's nomination. I recognise and hear the things that have been said, and she has indeed been a councillor here a long time, although there's been many councillors who haven't been here that long who have been mayor and deputy as well. But I hope Labour members might just have a little bit of consideration and might just back Councillor Magali this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Jagat, I believe you are the seconder.
Yes, thank you. That's correct. I fully support all that Councillor Crowe has said about Maureen Magali. She's a very, very strong candidate. She will do wonderful things for the town, as indeed you do, and I think you'll make a fantastic partnership for all of our communities. And I am here. I hope that you will give her nomination really positive, careful consideration, and I hope that we can all support Maureen in her nomination for Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Are there any other nominations? No. Okay. If not, we will go straight to the vote. Those in favour of Councillor Ayling, please raise your hands. Those in favour of Councillor Magali, please raise your hands. Okay. It's 24 for Councillor Ayling and 10 for Councillor Magali. So with this, Councillor Ayling has been elected as Crawley's Deputy Mayor for 2025-2026. You are invited to join me at the dais for your investiture. Of acceptance of office. Okay, that's fine. I now invite Councillor Jones, who would like to say a few words. Councillor Jones.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It is a pleasure to congratulate Councillor Ayling as our new Deputy Mayor. And just to say through you, Madam Mayor, Marion, I know Dot and Alf would have been the happiest and proudest people in Crawley tonight if they could have seen this. So I'm thinking of them tonight. But I genuinely hope you have the most magical year, and I know you'll be a great ambassador for our borough. You've been a dedicated servant to this town. This is well deserved, and you're rightly being recognised for it tonight. And we're all thrilled for you. We really are.
I now ask Councillor Ayling, the new Deputy Mayor, to make a short speech. Councillor Ayling.
Thank you. I would like to thank everyone for the support in voting me to be Deputy Mayor. I'm looking forward to supporting the Mayor in her duties during this year, and I hope to increase the funds raised in support of her charity, which is Open House, which I'm very proud to announce that, to say that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. On to the election of the Youth Mayor and the Youth Deputy Mayor for 2025-2026. I would like to call up Kai Atkins to receive his chain of office as the elected Youth Mayor. I would also call up Harini Sendil to receive her badge of office as the elected Youth Deputy Mayor.
Yeah.
Cool.
On behalf of the Council, I wish to congratulate Kai and Harini on their election and look forward to working with them during the year. We have 2 sets of minutes before us for approval. First, do you approve the minutes of the meeting of Full Council held on 26th March 2025? These minutes appear on page 5 to 16 of your agenda. Is that agreed? Thank you. Also, do you approve the minutes of the extraordinary meeting of the Full Council held on the 7th May 2025? These minutes appear on pages 17 to 22 in your agenda. Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. The next item relates to the last year's mayoralty, so I will ask Councillor Ayling to chair the next item. Councillor Ayling.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the vote for thanks to the outgoing Mayoralty. I call upon Councillor Hilton.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. It gives me great pleasure to extend the vote of thanks, and obviously we have been enforcement of our praise of Madam Mayor, and I congratulate her as she enters the second year and wish her well. But I think it's an important time to give thanks, particularly to Councillor Julie Hart, for all the work she has served as, not only in her stint as Deputy Mayor for the last year, but how she has served with distinction the mayoralty over the last 3 years, 2 of which were as Mayor. And I know there's a number of highlights I just want to cover in giving those thanks. I think the highlight undoubtedly for Councillor Hart Julie was, in her first year as the mayoralty, was outside the town hall on the balcony, giving the royal proclamation at the accession of King Charles. Is a very special moment, in that it's probably the only time it will probably happen at the town in Crawley. It may happen again, but it certainly hasn't happened since. And it's a proud day, not only for her, but the people of Crawley. And I was there actually as a member of the public. And it's such a special time. It's a historic ritual going back centuries, hailing the future new king. And for Julie to be there, I know it was a really, really special moment. So that's one thing I'd like to talk about. There's a number of other highlights as well. And those highlights really look at the different things and why diverse community Crawley is. Support for diverse Crawleys, I know, has been really important, and I was able to go to one of their events last week to celebrate World Diversity Day, and Julie, I know it's been a special time, and an organisation like Diverse Crawley does a lot of work throughout bringing people together, and in these troubled times, that is a fantastic thing that reflects what happens within our community. And also, I know Julie has been very instrumental in Crawley Pride, and another thing which has grown within Mayoralty. We had our first Pride Roadshow in 2023, and I know she's been a great supporter of all the events, and we, look forward to some involvement going forward. But there's two particular things which I'd like to refer to, is Julie's unstinting support for armed forces charities and organisations within the town. She's done a hell of a lot of work in terms of the Royal Naval Association, the Royal British Legion, and particularly the Armed Forces and Veterans Breakfast Club in Crawley, which was Julie's chosen charity in her first year as mayor. And I know how important it is to her. It's important to us as a Labour group that we continue to support our veterans. And I know a highlight of the last Deputy Mayor was being there on the 8th of May to lay the wreaths in commemoration of VE Day, which was a very special moment. Finally, and last but not least, something quite dear to my heart as well, because I don't know if people know, I do like my football, and I really do like my non-league football as well. And although I support the team up the road, I know how dear Three Bridges Football Club has been to Julie over the last 3 years. And literally, they're at the heart of the community, and Councillor Hart is at the heart of the community as well. And again, they're a club who've blossomed over the last few years while she has been mayor and deputy mayor. Their best ever FA Cup run, a playoff final, fantastic community facilities, and a youth facility and youth teams which go right through to the heart of our town, doing a fantastic job. And I know the creme de la creme of this year's deputy mayoral year was cutting that ribbon on the 24th of March, and Three Bridges won that day as well. So I think it's a great tribute that you're able to be there, working with them, for them, and with the community. You've served this town with distinction over the last 2 years, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your service, and I thank you on behalf of the Labour Group, and Labour Group, the Council, and the people of Crawley. Thank you very much.
Councillor Crowe, I believe you are speaking on behalf of the Tory group, Conservative group. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Congratulations on your appointment. Deputy Mayors don't normally get to chair very much, so just enjoy this part, I guess. On behalf of the Conservative group, I would like to extend our vote of thanks for the outgoing mayoralty, which is, of course, over the last year. It is a little bit confusing, of course, in some ways, because obviously the mayor has been reappointed for a further year. And also, actually, Councillor Kira Khan and Councillor Jones did say a lot about the mayoral year when actually proposing you, Madam Mayor, as for your second year. So there isn't really much to say to that other than it does seem very much that you've had a successful year and also a happy year, and that you've enjoyed the role. It's important to enjoy what you do. And so I thank you for your service for as the last year of Mayor, and also thank Councillor Hart for her service as Deputy Mayor, and of course the 2 years prior to that as Mayor as well, of course, although of course they did have a thanks in those years as well. But so I wish to thank you both and wish you both well in your respective roles that you continue to play at the Council. Thank you.
Councillor Burgess, I believe you wish to say a few words also.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Is that right? There we go. I'm doing Marion. That was a joke. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations to the outgoing mayor and the incoming mayor. I'm so delighted for you. And I'm so pleased that you've chosen Open House. That was my charity when I was mayor. And it's such a wonderful charity to have. So thank you. You have served your position, I feel, with such dignity and diligence. And it's nice to see you going forward. And I think you're an asset to the town. So congratulations, well done. First person in the town, only overridden, oh, that's not quite the right word. The royal family is senior to you, but other than that, you are the top person in the town. And I know you know that, and don't forget it. So well done. And thank you to Julie Hart, who's served the town extremely well. She's done amazingly. And welcome to the new Deputy Mayor. I'm pleased for you, Marion, that you're in it. Of course, it would be nice to have had a diverse, but too diverse, but if you know what I'm trying to say, because it's such diverse Crawley, it'd be nice. But never mind, you're here. Congratulations, and I know you'll do well. So I enjoy your year, and thank you to both of you, and thank you to Julie. Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words. Normally, at this point in the proceedings, the new mayor would call the outgoing mayor, but up to the dice to receive badges commemorating their past year in office. However, as councillors have re-elected me to serve a second term, we will move on. I would, however, like to personally thank Councillor Hart for her support as the Deputy Mayor over the previous year. Thank you, Councillor Hart. On behalf of the Council, I'll move the report LDS/230 of the Head of Governance. We are moving to the communications item. On behalf of the Council, I move the report LDS/230. Right, for communication item, on to Cabinet Members' announcement. As you can see on page 5 of the order paper, there are 4 announcements. I will take them in the published order, starting with Councillor Jones.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll be brief. I'm pleased to confirm my Cabinet for 25-26, along with their portfolios, as set out on pages 34 to 44 of the agenda. I do want to record my thanks to Councillor Rana for her hard work, and I would like to welcome Councillor Nick Hilton. With his previous service as a councillor alongside some of the legendary figures in Crawley's local government history, I know that he will bring great insight and a keen eye for detail into his new role in keeping the borough beautiful and fighting climate change. I also formally endorse the establishment and membership of the working groups as set out in Appendix 4, pages 45 to 47, along with the nomination for the Cabinet-related outside bodies set out on page 44. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jones. Councillor Nawaz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to update members on the Townsfront progress, which was given to us by the central government, obviously to revive the local economy. In this update, I would like to mention some of the highlights and pay tribute to the impressive oversight of the use of this fund from Crawley Borough Council officers based on the priorities agreed by local representatives from council, businesses, education institutes and residents. This is 21.1 million in towns fund grants from MHCLG to drive long-term economic regeneration and growth in Crawley right at the height of COVID pandemic. To date, approximately 50% of these grant has been utilised for some excellent outcomes, and rest is in the pipeline to be delivered. Some of the achievements in these programs include the Crawley Innovation Centre, which Madam Mayor, you kindly opened and renamed it as well. In April, and the first tenants moving in very soon. The building delivers over 65% reduction in carbon emission through sustainable energy sources, building energy efficiencies and EV charging. Investing in skills, the Institute of Technology Construction on the Crawley College campus is progressing with completion expected by September. That will deliver a new green construction hub, immersive learning space and Green Village bungalow for green technology training are already operational. With the Green Homes retrofitting program, over 1,500 flats have been insulated, primarily social housing stock, providing significant energy savings for our residents and reducing bills by £150 to £250 annually. A pop-up culture program of test events in the town centre has been completed with immense success. Overall, 48 events were organised, engaging over 7,000 direct participants. Sites for a more permanent culture quarter in Crawley are being proactively investigated as we speak. Construction is due to begin on our new town centre bus station layout and surrounding pedestrian spaces in November 2025. Earlier this year, the planning application was approved, with the completion estimated for November 2027. An appointment to deliver gigabit speed fibre installation across Manor Royal Business District is also expected imminently. I can assure members that the programme will continue to foster innovation, skills development, decarbonisation, community and cultural engagement, and an infrastructure enhancement for the benefit of Crawley's businesses, residents and learners. Unlocking the potential for the eastern part of the town centre and the portfolio of sites located there will be a particular focus, but we will continue to look forward opportunities within the borough wherever they can be found. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Sue Mullins.
Thank you. The Council has awarded funding totalling more than £375,770, very accurate, for new and existing activity that will benefit Crawley residents and visitors. This funding includes Citizens Advice in West Sussex for the Community Advice and Support Service, Crawley Open House for outreach support for homeless individuals, Age UK West Sussex Brighton and Hove for community clubs and outreach activities for older people, and Relate West Sussex, now Relationship Sussex, for counselling services for individuals and families. Crawley Borough Council provides the highest amount of annual funding and support for the community and voluntary sector in West Sussex compared to other boroughs and district councils, and we are very proud of that investment. Furthermore, in the last quarter period, Crawley Borough Council awarded a total of £31,016 from its small grants fund to 18 different local voluntary and community organisations, something of which I'm very proud of. Small amounts of money make a huge amount of difference. Some of the organisations receiving support have included the Ifield Mayfair, Crawley Writers Circle, Golden Lion Children's Trust and the Fibro Friends and Family Support Group. I'm proud that we're able to fund the incredible work that supports our residents by our fantastic volunteers. Our small grants are used to successfully drive community activities and participation in grassroots volunteering. The small grant scheme is open to all voluntary and community organisations whose activities take place or benefit the Crawley area. We are now inviting new applications for this year. Thank you. In fact, it gave me great pleasure last night to announce the very first one of this new year. So thank you to all our voluntary organisations and good luck for the following year.
Thank you. Councillor Chris Mullins.
Thank you, Mayor. and welcome again this year. I am really pleased and proud to be able to make a couple of announcements tonight. And I want to stress how far we've come with the growth and improvements at the Nature Centre. Now its scale and aspirations have come to it becoming a valuable conservation centre and functioning as a fully fledged zoo, on a par with some of the very best in the UK. This launch that we've just had is to give that message to residents and visitors from further afield that our facility is better than ever, with the opportunity of families to encounter and enjoy a significantly wider range of creatures than in the old days of the Nature Centre. Those of you who've been around a long time will be remembering it was a very domestic nature centre with farm animals and lots of small creatures in Tilgate Park, and very much an education centre with great interest for children. We've now moved on, and it is a zoo and launched and is formally a zoo now. I want to say just a couple of other things, Mayor, with your permission. And Crawley takes great pride in its award-winning parks, and we win every year many green flags in Crawley, and that dedication, those green flags are earned by the staff. Those men and women that are out in our parks with their forks and their spades and their picks, who work in all sorts of weather, in all sorts of conditions, maybe even too much sun sometimes, to make our parks so beautiful. And we are blessed in Crawley with the amount of parks and green and open spaces that we've got. And it's something that well into the future that we must, all of us as councillors and representatives, defend at all times. It's very, very important that the heart and soul of Crawley is not gone. Can I just plug one thing then, Mayor, and I will be quiet, because this is quite important. If you go up to Tilgate Park right now, you will see a Bellisaurus, I can't say these words, a Candosaurus, a Pactosauruses, Brontosauruses, Brachiosauruses, all sorts of Diplosauruses and Diplocos, and all sorts of big creatures that are about 10 times bigger than an elephant. And it's quite amazing. So go up to the park, take your families there, and we have, just behind the pub there, a most beautifully set out area where all of these dinosaur creatures are there with moving parts. Now, you are advised not to upset them, because I'm not quite sure, they don't look really real to me. I was quite nervous walking along when I inspected them. But it's quite an amazing place to go, to take families, to take your children, and to read the plaques that are adjacent to all of the animals, and to explain to your children about the history and the thousands of years ago when these animals roamed our earth. And then while you're there, go into our zoo, and we have in excess of 100 animals now in the zoo, and take them around and see the real animals, the armadillos, the porcupines, and things like that we have in there now, the wild cats, and so many things in there. Mayor, I know I'm exceeding my time limit, but what I have to say is very, very important. And
Seconds, please.
Please enjoy the facilities of Crawley. This is the heart of Crawley, and it's all in my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. Review of political proportionality constitution of committees and appointments to outside organisation 2025-2026. On behalf of the Council, I'll move the report LDS/230 of the Head of Governance, People and Performance, and the update appendices and the revision to the Constitution regarding the Councillors' allowance for 2025-2026 as are contained within the order paper. The report sets out how the Council's political proportionality is calculated, a list of the proposed committees to be constituted and proposed membership, a list the outside bodies that Council appoints, the leader of the Council's Cabinet for 2025-2026, along with Cabinet portfolios descriptions, Cabinet outside body appointments not aligned to the portfolio and working groups, their terms of reference and their proposed memberships, as well as a link to the Council's proposed constitution. The report also details the proposed nomination for chairs and vice chair for each committee along with each group's nomination. There are 2 contested nominations in respect of committee chairs, and these relates to recommendation 1, the establishment of committees as detailed in the main report and the supplementary agenda. On those contested chairs, I will be holding separate individual votes. I ask that the Deputy Mayor second the recommendation.
I second the recommendation and I do not wish to speak further on this item.
Thank you. Before I open the floor for members to discuss the main report, I intend to hold one vote on approving recommendation 1 and all its parts, namely the establishment of committees, which includes the membership and chairs as detailed in the main report and the supplementary agenda. Exclude the contested items as set out in Appendix 1. Approving recommendation 2, the appointment to outside bodies where there are uncontested seats as set out in Appendix 2. Noting of recommendation 3, the Cabinet for 2025-2026, along with their portfolio holder responsibilities and the appointments to outside bodies related to their portfolios and the nomination for the executive appointments to outside body not aligned to a portfolio as detailed in Appendix 3. Noting of recommendation 4, the membership and terms of reference of the Cabinet-related working groups as set out in Appendix 4. Approving recommendation 5, the latest version of the Constitution along with the updated Councillors' allowances. We will then hold individual votes on the 2 contested positions. If any councillors objects to this approach, please indicate now. No. Are there any councillors wishing to speak on the report? Please indicate now. No. Okay. As there are no further speakers, I will now formally move all the uncontested aspects of recommendation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that agreed, or do you wish for a formal vote? Agreed. Thank you. We will now deal with the 2 contested chairs positions. We will start with the chair of the Audit Committee. Councillor Yani, please move the Labour nomination.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and congratulations on yours and Deputy Mayor's election. So I'm pleased to propose Councillor Kiran Khan as the Chair of the Audit Committee for another term. I've observed her in the role in the past year, and Councillor Khan has demonstrated great leadership and dedication in this role, ensuring our financial oversight remains robust and transparent. I believe that the role of the Chair requires more than technical expertise. It demands a leader who can foster collaboration, maintain impartiality, and uphold the integrity of our audit processes. And Councillor Khan has more than proven her capability in this. Over the past year, I have witnessed her working hard to ensure all voices on the committee are heard. Also, it is inspiring to see a young woman in a significant role. Councillor Khan's presence as chair encourages other young women to get involved in leadership positions, promoting diversity and representation within our council. Councillor Khan's reappointment would allow us to build on the progress made over the past year and continue to benefit from her experience and insights. She is the best person to chair this committee, and so I move to propose Councillor Khan as the chair of the Audit Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the seconder Councillor Lunnan?
Yes. Am I allowed to speak later in the conversation? I just feel that I might be inspired by some of the words opposite. No, I need to speak now. Okay. Well, it pleases me to follow on from Councillor Yarni's words, which were fine. Councillor Khan has been a very good chair of audit over the last year. I've been alongside her, and I've seen the fair and informed way that she's chaired the committee. At the moment, we have a very challenging audit situation similar to other local councils where our audit situation is rather uncertain due to a lack of resource in the private sector. And so a calm and experienced chair is just what we need at the moment. I believe Councillor Kieran Khan is just that. Now, Kieran also has other strengths as well. She listens, she ensures that all members get the chance to fully develop their questions, which on a technical committee like the Audit Committee is quite important. Another key quality that Kieran brings to the role, unlike Councillor Belbin, is that she isn't from a financial background, and this isn't a slight against Councillor Belbin, it's just an observation of a fact. And whilst that might seem nonsensical, it means that discussions are kept at a level that all members, indeed the public, can actually understand. Whilst Councillor Belbin, with her impressive history within the financial sector, is a very valued member of the committee and adds a huge amount, Councillor Khan's background means that she ensures that the issues are looked at from a first principle basis and make sure that we don't miss the wood for the trees. And indeed also, as Councillor Yarni has said, I want to sort of fully endorse the element that, you know, Councillor Khan is a young female councillor from an ethnic minority background. You know, we want to be inspiring all those people from those backgrounds, maybe not to be chairs of the audit committee, it's not that great a role, but you know, like we do want to be inspiring those people, so I think Councillor Khan will continue to do a great job if she's elected again. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe, please move the Conservative nomination for the chair of Audit Committee.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't need to take any inspiration from anybody else in formally proposing Councillor Tina Belbin to be the chair of the Audit Committee. Though I will perhaps steer off discussions about age in this case. But Councillor Belbin does have a lot of experience. Councillor London very helpfully referenced her professional background, and I believe that to be an asset rather than a hindrance to the role. I find that was quite an odd line to take, but nevertheless he did. But Councillor Belbin also has chairing experience as well. She has previously been the chair of our Overview and Scrutiny Commission, and I felt she did a very good job whilst chairing that committee as well. And I lose track of how many years she has been a member of the Audit Committee, but she has done that role diligently. Indeed, she's sometimes flagged things to me that have been, in my role as group leader, things that have been going on in the Audit Committee, and she takes a full part in the proceedings. And I have no doubt that she would perform very well as chair of the committee. There's also another point. It's widely recognised best practice to have an audit committee or its equivalent in local authorities chaired by a member of the opposition. And indeed, this happens at West Sussex County Council, where the RAC, the Regulation and Audit Regulation Committee, whatever it's called, but you know it as RAC, that always has it's in the Constitution, that has a member of the opposition chairing it, and indeed that's continuing over this year. We don't do that in Crawley, although we have in the past under a Conservative administration. So I would encourage members opposite to give serious consideration to supporting Councillor Belbin's nomination, and I look forward to seeing how members vote. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm going to be seconding the nomination for Councillor Belbin to be chair of the Audit Committee. Tina is extremely experienced in all financial matters. She reads and scrutinises all the documents thoroughly, and she will make an excellent chair of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? No. If not, we will go straight to the vote. Those in favour of Councillor Kieran Khan, please raise your hands. Those in favour of Councillor Moagli, please raise your... no, my apologies. Councillor Belbin, please raise your hands. That's 24 for Councillor Kiran Khan and 10 for Councillor Belbin. Councillor Kiran Khan is elected as Chair of Audit Committee for 2025-2026 municipal year, with Councillor Belbin as Vice Chair of Audit Committee. We will now decision upon the Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission. Councillor Pritchard, please move the Labour nomination.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm very happy to propose that Councillor Russell be the Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission. I've known Councillor Russell for a number of years and know him to be a very intelligent, diligent person with a passion for helping others. During his career as a teacher, he's gone out of his way to ensure that his students get the very best education in his subject. There's been demonstrated by the work he has done to invite people from this council to share their insights about politics in practice to his politics students and ask for our help with particular projects for some of his students. Despite teaching being quite a demanding job, with many hours spent working outside the normal school day, he's been an active support to his teaching colleagues, serving as their trade union representative. He also has experience educational governance, having been a governor in 2 different schools. As regards his work as a councillor, he was already hard at work with casework even before his election to this council, trying to get an issue resolved about station lighting at Three Bridges Station. Not long after being elected, he started working with me in my then role as Chair of the Planning Committee to help deal with a resident in his ward that was having difficulty with a planning issue. While fully understanding my duty of impartiality as being a member of the committee, he asked me pertinent questions about the technical side of the matter, during which it was identified there had been an error in the handling of the case by officers. I know he spent many hours with that resident, and the resident eventually managed to resolve the issue and gain the planning permission he needed. Not long after this, he had another planning-related case come up and spent a considerable number of hours dealing with that case. I've seen from social media that he, alongside his ward colleague, Councillor Hilton, has made himself a central part of the community, especially in Forge Wood, an area of his ward some distance from his home, and has taken part in fun day activities there. Following on from this, why do I think he will be the ideal candidate for chair of OSC? Well, he sat on OSC for the entire time as a councillor and understands the workings of the committee. He successfully chaired a subcommittee on waste management, the report from which provided members of the council with a good understanding of the issue. He has previous occupational experience in complex organisational and financial management from his time working in the banking sector. When I've sat alongside him on the committee, he's made good contributions which have helped forward the debate. There is, however, one concerning caveat. He has a penchant for the colour blue, which I was relieved to find out was only connected to football. Seriously, though, he contributes without fear or favour and is not in the slightest bit nervous about speaking truth to power, and I'm confident he will be able to properly represent the views of the committee properly to the Cabinet. Thank you.
Thank you. Is this seconded? Councillor Lunnan.
Yes, thank you. I think Councillor Ross will be an excellent chair of OSC. Since joining the council, he's made excellent contributions to the committees he served on, as well as being on full council, as well as the contributions to full council. Most significantly, he's chaired the council's scrutiny panel, as we've heard, on changes to the waste management strategy. He chaired this in an even-handed way that ended in unanimous findings from both groups and proposals from both groups. That's not very rubbish, some might say. It's pretty good. Now, he doesn't mention it very often, but in Councillor Russell's spare time, he's actually a teacher. I think in his 30-odd year career, he's finally found his purpose in it, though. It's been preparing him for running the Overview and Scrutiny Commission. He's able to control large, unruly groups, help draw members towards asking probing questions, and most importantly, having dealt with all those excuses for not having done their homework, he's able to tell when someone's trying to put a fast one. I'd also like to anticipate what might be said from some of the members opposite in my next section. What we might hear is that the chair of scrutiny should be a member of the opposition party, not the lead party on the council. But what we will note is that the Conservative group down in Chichester, there are 5 scrutiny panels at the county council, and every single one of those county council scrutiny panels has a Conservative chair, despite the council being run by the Conservatives. So if we're going to hear from the members opposite tonight that it's good practice to have an opposition chair of the scrutiny panels, then I think that practice should start at home. That's all I've got to say. Otherwise, Councillor Russell will be an excellent chair of the scrutiny panel. As we've said, he's done a very good job before, and I think we'll continue to see him do an excellent job on it going forward.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe, please move the Conservative nomination for the chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. It's really good following Councillor Lunnan. I'm delighted to propose my fellow furthest Green councillor, Councillor Hazel Hellier, to be the chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission. We heard in the speech for Councillor Russell how he's been a member of the committee, or the commission, since being elected. That was in 2023. Indeed, but Councillor Hellier has also been a member of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission since 2022. And for the last 2 years, she has served diligently as the vice chair of that of the committee, and also been particularly supportive to the outgoing chair over the last 2 years as well. Like Councillor Belbin, Councillor Hellier brings a lot of professional experience to this role, to the role she has at the council, and indeed to the Overview and Scrutiny Commission. And I have no doubt that last year I talked about competence, and while I don't doubt the confidence of not confidence, maybe confidence as well, but competence of Councillor Russell, I have no doubt about that. I certainly also have absolutely no doubt whatsoever about the competence of Councillor Hellier and her ability to perform this role well. Now, it is good practice to have scrutiny chaired by a large opposition group, of which we do not have any large opposition groups down at Chichester County Council. But we, the Conservative group here, is virtually a third of this council, and prior to the 24 elections, we were significantly larger than that. And yet, of course, the ruling Labour group were, well, I think they were frightened of perhaps having a Conservative chair of the committee when they changed it last year. Previously, Councillor Tina Belbin had done a good role, had performed well in that role, and demonstrated that members of the Conservative group take that role seriously and would perform well. And Councillor Hellier would do such a good job as well. So I would encourage members to think carefully about who they back tonight, and I look forward to the vote being taken. But regardless, the Conservative members of the Scrutiny Committee will do a good job going forward. There is a lot to scrutinise here at Crawley Borough Council, and if we haven't got the chair, then we will use the positions that we have on the committee to scrutinise this council effectively. Somebody needs to. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Jagat, I believe you are the seconder.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm seconding. I have no doubt that Councillor Russell would be a good chair. I was on the scrutiny panel that he chaired, and it ran very smoothly. But if that is the qualification one needs to be chair of OSC, maybe I should put my name forward, since I chaired the scrutiny panel on climate change that ran just a year before that. But I won't be doing that, because I will be nominating Councillor Hellier. She's hugely experienced in scrutinising documents, and she will drill down into the nitty-gritty of all the financial details that are included at scrutiny. And I think she will make an excellent chair, so I put her forward for that position. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Okay. If not, we will go straight to the vote. Those in favour of Councillor Russell, please raise your hands. Those in favour of Councillor Hellier, please raise your hands. Okay. Councillor Russell, 24, and Councillor Hellier, 10. So Councillor Russell are elected as Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Commission for 2025-2026 municipal year, with Councillor Hellier as Vice Chair of the Commission. Thank you. That was final contested vote, and that concludes discussion on the review of political proportionality, constitution of committees and appointments to outside organisation 2025-2026. There are no supplementary items of business, and that concludes the business of the annual full council. Once I have formally closed this meeting, I ask that councillors and invited guests to remain in the chamber for a couple of minutes. Any members of the public, please kindly leave swiftly via the staircase or lift. I will then welcome councillors and invited guests to join me on the mezzanine for the post-mayor making reception. We will also be unveiling the Porthouse stone crest, which was above the entrance of the old building. I now declare this meeting closed. Thank you. Thank you.